Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. This is my great honor to participate in the prominent forum, and let me to emphasize my sincere gratitude of the founder to the organizing such a forum with European and Iranian companies. Hopefully during that session and meeting we can have a better understanding of our situation and the engagement which we are looking for to find some new solution for working and expanding our cooperation with the European Union. At the beginning, let me to show the short movie of IRISL activities all around the world, and then I will present my presentation briefly and precisely. Please, gentlemen.
IRISL Group constitutes a series of consolidated.
IRISL is a well-known company right now active in transportation, and now we are doing our ceremony as of the 50 years experience, which is very, very important for Iranian companies and Iranian traders. Definitely, Iran as the largest, second largest countries in the region known, and after JCPOA, we have had a good progress and increasing our volume and our turnover globally and generally. That was very important. The JCPOA shows that we have two approaches in the world, irrationalism and rationalism. And the world selected rationalism as the best way and real way to find solution for any further cooperation between Iranian companies and European companies. Iran ranks first in the world in natural gas reserves and fourth in proven crude oil reserves. The Iranian company experienced strong recovery in 2016 as a result of sanction relief. The turnover, which has been mentioned by Ms. Helga Schmidt and other gentlemen, the ambassadors of European Union, that fortunately that volume is increasing since 2016, and daily and monthly and yearly right now is increasing, fortunately. But definitely that's not sufficient, and we have a lot of capacity and capability between Iranian companies and European companies can open the new gate and new windows for further cooperation. That one of the important and precious contract which has been signed between Iran and French company Airbus to purchase 180 aircrafts. That was very important for opening a new chapter for further cooperation between Iranian and European companies. You know that on gas resource, Iran is and reserve. Iran is #1 in the world with around 1,200 trillion cubic feet. And right now, in 2017, we are producing 720 million cubic meter gas production right now producing by Iranian refineries. And on oil reserves, definitely we are #4 all around the world, and with around 158 million barrels reserves. It's very important for any trader and any companies to have a perspective of Iranian resource and Iranian reserves on oil gas. So what is important things on mining sector? Iran is one of the 50 most mineral-rich countries in the world, with mining products representing 30% of the country's non-oil exports. It's very, very important. Everybody knows Iran as just oil and gas producers, but on mineral sectors, we have a lot of resources. One of the resources, zinc, which is globally is the biggest producers and reserves inside of Iran. There are approximately 5,000 mines in operation in Iran with 12 metals and 36 non-metal ores currently being exploited. So our strategic role on trading and expanding and growing and promoting Iranian the economy right now, the IRISL as a national shipping line company right now playing a good role for expanding and to developing and exporting Iranian products all around the world, especially in European zone. And the trade which we have had on 2017, 9 months, was 11.5 million tons, and this is very important in comparison with the 2016. And on container ranking, international ranking, we are number 20 all around the world, and since JCPOA has been agreed between Iran and P5+1, our international ranking was 23, and during this year we have reached to the 20 in international ranking. So our fleets contained 145 vessels and 4.9 million deadweights and 100,015 as the TEU as our capacity and capability on container vessels. Container bulk, general cargo, tanker, and offshore and railroad vessels right now doing by the cargo loaded 27 on 2016. So one of our subsidiary companies is Khazar Sea Shipping Company, as the #1 shipping line in the Caspian Sea with the 23 vessels, multi-purpose vessels. Right now we are exporting and importing Iranian products from many ports in Anzali Port, Amirabad ports, to Akhdod, Astrakhan, and Baku, and other ports in Caspian Sea. One of the important things, the multimodal transportation is a very key issue for Iran, because Iran is right now connecting the north to south and the south to north, and right now CIS countries are very, very interested in to join with Iranian company to open the new gate, a new chapter to export and to import their requirement from the Persian Gulf through the Bandar Abbas port to the north of Iran, from north of Iran to Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, and from this side to Armenia, Azerbaijan, and Georgia. And right now we have multimodal transportation, the railroad and land road transportation, which is as a chain transportation in IRISL group to provide the best services for our customers. So one of the items which right now we are looking for to expand our fleets, during the sanction opportunity we couldn't to find some new solution to expand our fleets and our vessels. And after JCPOA, we have tried to find some new partner and shipyard to expand our fleets in the best manner. And fortunately, to retrieve of our the contract with some shipyards and some countries, we could review of the contract and reach to a conclusion with some shipyards to build a new ships on mega-sized container vessels and bulk carriers. Unfortunately, from next March, our fleets and our container fleets would be started with the new mega-size and the new modern the technology, the vessels on MR-size tanker and the containers. MR-size tanker is very, very crucial for us because Iran right now producing 65 million tons petrochemical and chemical products, and in the next 5 years, it could be reached to more than 100 million tons chemical and petrochemical products. That would be very, very important, crucial for handling the huge products. That's why we are looking for to expand our tankers and chemical and petrochemical carriers to provide the best services for Iranian producers. So right now the contract has been signed, and the vessel right now is building, and hopefully in the next year we can provide a new range of our strategic plan for the next 10 years. So right now we are negotiating with many shipyards, foreign shipyards, and in Asian and in European side to find some solution to work jointly with each other. This is the range of activities which right now we are doing in the IRISL, container liner, bulk, and the general cargo, the bunkering, shipping services in Caspian Sea, agency services, technical ship management, passengers, and offshore services. That's definitely the European shipyards, especially in north of Europe, are very, very capable to provide offshore vessels for Iranian market and Iranian requirements, especially Norway would be one of the best shipyards for providing the offshore vessels for Iranian requirement. Basically, on offshore, an upstream project, Iran is right now developing their fields, and even on downstream projects, many products right now under processing, and we need a lot of ships to carry out the products. And manning recruiting is one of the other activities, maritime education, training, port operation, and terminal handling. Fortunately, in recent years, we could reach with some Danish companies to provide the best technology, IT technology for our navigation, and to train many our experts to improve their knowledge for next arrangement. Port operation and terminal handling, multimodal transportation, commodities trading, supply and store and spare, dry docking and voyage repair, finance and investment services, and trade, the maritime insurance, which is very, very important. Fortunately, since 2 years ago, we could reach the tangible agreement with reinsurance companies in Europe, especially with P&C Club in London, and hopefully we can expand such a cooperation in the coming months. And on classification, right now we are working with the top 10 classification society in Europe, and it's very good news that whole thing is going on well, but very smoothly. And I request that whole gentlemen from European side, we have to accelerate the process, and the process which right now we are doing is going on very, very slowly and smoothly. Should be accelerated and should be discussed face to face to find the best and practical solution to increase the volume of cooperation. So let me to emphasize that recently we reached a kind of agreement with the London P&C Club to get around $1 billion US as the coverage for our reassurance activities. So finalizing and concluding over 38 MOUs and 30 agreements and contract between IRISL and European, Asian, and Latin American companies during these 2 years ago. One of the strategic projects right now we are facing with that on Silk Road and One Belt and One Road, which has been initiated by the Chinese government. It's a very good idea and a very good project, but definitely we have some concern, and everybody and every companies, countries have some concern on the freight rate. It's and the security is very important. But generally and basically, it's very good project for everybody to mix a kind of multimodal transportation, sea and land road and railroad, which is right now planning by the Chinese government. Definitely, if you can mix and make a kind of chain of transportation, multimodal and sea transportation definitely can make it new advantages for customers. Considering low freight rates is very, very important and key issue right now. Low freight rate in sea passage sector of East-West corridor, a multimodal transportation consisting of carriage of consignment from Far East by sea and then road and rail transportation to CIS countries fosters at the high level of efficiency and economy, definitely. So Iran is located in the very strategic area in the world. Based on the new arrangement in the middle, in that area and in CIS countries and in the Middle East, we can connect the whole consignment which is required from CIS countries to the Persian Gulf and the Oman Sea, and from Oman Sea and Persian Gulf to CIS countries. That could be the second option for CIS, the whole CIS countries, to open a new gate for their requirements. And Iran can play a good role in this regard. So a glance of 2020 to 2030 plans for Armenia, Georgia, and Azerbaijan land transportation infrastructure proves that shipment of goods from Far East to Iranian southern port and multi-transportation to North and Caspian Sea and then to Europe can be a good substitution for traditional routes from Suez Canal. It's very, very important. We have some limitation, unfortunately, and restriction in canals and Suez Canal, which should be removed. And the best way to opening a new gate and a new way through the Iranian territory to the European zone as a door-to-door system and chain transportation, the railroad, getting any consignment to the Bandar Abbas and Imam Khomeini port, and from there to by railway and land transportation to Georgia, Armenia, and then European zone. After JCPOA, fortunately, we can make a new revival of our fleet and our services. And right now, we are doing our services as a routine service to Europe monthly without any delay. And a good news that the volume of exporting and importing the commodity and the equipment and component, which right now exporting from Europe to the Iranian territory is increasing based on the gentleman's explanation. And we are expecting in 2018, the volume definitely should be increased. And right now, our services from Bandar Abbas port to the Jebel Ali to the Nava Shiva and Mundra in India, from India and the Nava Shiva to Malta, Valencia, Genoa, and Antwerp, Hamburg. We are right now making two JV company with the local partner in Germany and in Italy. In Hamburg, we can cover the north of Europe, and in Italy, in Genoa, we are right now getting the best services for in the area of south of Europe. It's very important services which can make the good atmosphere and optimistic idea for the whole politician and businessman to have a better understanding of the JCPOA really and practically its work. It's very important for whole of the countries that rationalism right now does work, and is very important for everybody. So the other services right now we are doing after the JCPOA and expanding such services from Persian Gulf to the Far East in South Korea, China, Japan. Japan is increasing the volume, and after the JCPOA, we are right now increasing the volume, and day by day, the volume is increasing. It's a very good sign that our cooperation with Japanese companies is right now increasing. So no any restriction and limitation in Far East, Singapore, South Korea, China, Japan, and many Iranian companies and Chinese companies and Singaporean companies right now working with Iranian companies and for exporting and importing on financial issues as well. The other services right now we are doing from Bandar Abbas and Jebel Ali to Nava Shiva, the Colombo and the Durban and Cape Town in South Africa, and from there to Latin America in Rio de Janeiro, Santos, Montevideo, and Buenos Aires, which is routine services by our bulk carrier as a cross-threading, not just as doing services for Iranian the requirements. This is another services from Bandar Abbas port to the east of Africa. And the new services as a cross-threading, which right now doing since 4 months ago from India, Mundra, Nava Shiva, directly to the Omar Ghasr in Iraq territory, and then in return from Omar Ghasr to Bandar Abbas and Bandar Abbas to India. This very good services which we are doing. Okay.
I'm lurking behind you.
I know that. I know that. Okay.
But the clock has been flashing zero for.
I think 3 minutes. Yeah.
Can we make it 1 minute? Because we are way over time.
Okay.
And you've given a very, very good explanation.
If you,
of
the gentleman, let me the 3 minutes. Okay.
Can you give Mohammed 3 minutes? Well, let's negotiate. 2 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, 2 minutes.
2 minutes and a half.
No, because I started with 1. So, 2 minutes, starting now.
Okay. Okay, thank you. And investment in Iran is very important. Our colleagues here from Amin Investment Bank, as the largest and biggest investment bank in Iran, which is very qualified investment bank, can be prepared for European companies, any advisory which is required. It's very important to have a good perspective of Iranian rules. And the Amin Investment Bank can, as our partner, IRISL partner, can help to hold European companies of Iranian regulation, Iranian rules, and procedures. On investment advisory and execution, the investment bank can help the whole. On ECM and DCM on equity capital market and the debt capital market, corporate finance advisory, asset management, and venture capital, private equity, and brokerage services. Research and market intelligence can help to everybody for entering into Iranian market. On three major aspects right now they are doing on power and energy. Power and energy, power, I mean the power plant on wind, solar panel, and thermal power plant right now they are doing, and on TMT health as well.
Mohammed,
let me to delete some pages and let me to conclude, gentlemen. Okay. So, in conclusion, Iran is the country with a wide, diversified and diversity of resources in oil, gas, mineral, and mines, and other industries. Following the implementation of JCPOA, a positive grounding is created for foreign investments in Iran's strategic plans. Europe has always been a strategic partner for Iran. IRISL can play an important role in marine transportation between Iran and Europe. Iran, being a member of Silk Road countries, has a very strategic position in connecting CIS and European countries to China by land and maritime routes in the Silk Road. IRISL, as the national shipping lines of Iran, invites the investor in its strategic plan, not only in fleet expansion, but marine transportation-related business to enhance its operation. And let me to emphasize my special thanks to founder of Force Europe Iran Forum for providing that opportunity for Iranian and the European foundations to reach a better acquaintance in their existing potentials and the significant capabilities. The target nations in European countries and Iran traditionally and historically been enjoying the stalwart culture and economical relations. This relation has always been profound, reliable, authentic, and constructive for both nations, and undoubtedly execution of such a forums play an important role for even more sustained ties and the correlation towards the interests of next generation. Thank you so much.
Mohammed, I gave you the third minute as well. Thank you so much.